Hello, Tiffany here with Cards Crafty Creations. So today we're actually going to be building this violin. The project I'm working on is for an art exhibit. As I've mentioned in previous videos, our local art museum is having a statewide artists exhibit kind of competition. It's not technically a competition, but you do have to enter your artwork and it does get either selected or not selected. So I guess in some ways it is a competition, but this is another part of my video. The previous video explained about what the project was going to be, and my previous couch coloring video was also doing part of that project. Now this one is doing the actual major element to the project, which is building a actual dimensional violin. So this video is actually quite long, but it does show you how I made it. I've made them in the past and I've kind of got it down to an easy process. It just is very time consuming. This probably took me close to 2 hours to build this, just because of the cutting out and then the gluing. And I do like to color all of my edges with Sharpie marker so that if my pattern paper does not go all the way to the edge, you're not seeing the chipboard, it's more masked by the Sharpie marker. So that does just take quite a bit of time. Also, what takes time is actually making it dimensional. So later on in the video, you'll see me cutting some black cardstock in which I score and then cut little slits in on those scored edges, because anytime you want to make paper move or bend in a non-traditional fashion, you need to kind of break it down into a more manageable, almost like you're breaking kind of the harsh edges of it, which will allow it to flex. So you'll see me doing that later, and that does take time to cut all of that and then also adhere it to all the curves and points and so forth of the violin. So this video is going to just show you that process. Here it is where I'm cutting that out. Those are the strips. I think they're about 2 inches, and then I score at 1/2 inches on either side. And then it's almost like you're going to cut it to where it is like fringe on those edges, and that's going to allow this to actually bend. So that's what you're going to see me doing here. But all in all, this is, once you've done this project a few times, it is kind of fairly easy. The hardest parts of it is really dealing with those small, tight, curved points of the violin, because you have to kind of fold the paper while you're adhering it, and that can get kind of tedious and frustrating. But once you get that done, it's really quite a fairly straightforward process. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. This video is just building the violin. The next video I'll have next week is actually putting on the pattern paper, putting the strings on, putting the tuning pegs on, actually completing its aesthetic look next week. So stick around. I hope you enjoy this. Also, if you like it, please like and subscribe. And one last thing, if you would like to have a pattern to this or more written instructions on how to build this violin, please leave me a comment below and I will gladly create a written process for it. Alright, thanks a lot. Enjoy.